We're on the balloon!
Oh my gosh! We're up in there! Oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is so cool.
We're going over the Rio Grande in a minute.
We're gonna go into the Rio Grande.
Oh, we're gonna go into the Rio Grande.
Hopefully you got to see part 1 of our time at the Balloon Fiesta.
Yeah, in that one we described all you need to know about the RV lots, where they are, how to get to them, and all that good stuff.
Because it was confusing for us, so we wanted to make sure you got all the details.
Be sure to check that out.
In this video, we are going to share all the other fun things that we did while we were there, including going up in the balloon. Day 3 was a Monday. Now this starts 3 days in a row of morning events only. So those cool twilight glows and nighttime fireworks and stuff, those don't happen every single day. Again, check the schedule on the balloonfiesta.com website so that you know which events are which days so you can plan accordingly. Monday morning, we went out to the field, hung out with Tom and the crew again.
We were there every morning filming and learning. And
the whole top of the balloon is separate, like a parachute.
oh yeah.
And so we Velcro it in with tabs. That holds it in place for inflation, and then we pull the Velcro before we take off, and the air pressure holds it in after that.
Oh, that's cool.
The mornings of the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, where they only had morning events, they still did an ascension, but it's not a mass ascension because it's not every single balloon involved in the Fiesta. It was a smaller group of balloons. Still a massive amount.
Lot of balloons.
Yeah, still a massive amount, but they don't call it mass ascension. They just call it ascension. They still do the dawn patrol and all the same things in the morning. Typically on those days, after the ascension and all the balloons are launched, they start some competitions. So this is where it gets a little bit different, is you'll see these balloons that are more football shaped, right? Those are racing and competition balloons. And
a little more agile.
The competitions are a little bit different each day, but a lot of them involve dropping stuff on certain targets.
Like a next down there to drop stuff on.
Or whatever it might be.
Yeah, one of them they actually have to try to come in and put like a ring over a pole. I didn't catch any of that because I couldn't figure out when it was.
You also might see in some of this footage some people following us around with cameras, which isn't...
Big cameras.
Yeah, which isn't usually like us to have people following us, but that's the TV crew for the show that we've been doing some stuff with. So it's RVing in the USA.
Day 3 was also the day of our meetup.
We have a meetup with Less Junk, More Journey, You, Me, and the RV, and RV Love. So it should be a good time. And what else?
It's 10:30. We've been up for 5 hours.
5.5 hours.
5.5 hours. So long days.
Yes.
Long days here, but be ready.
Yes. This is a big RVers event, so we did a group meetup, which was awesome.
Worked out great because that way people had somebody to talk to while they're waiting to talk to other people and could kind of make rounds.
Yeah, it was great. We did it for a couple of hours and the turnout was great but manageable. We want to thank everybody who showed up because we had a great time meeting all of you, and we appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and hang out with us.
Just to come see two dorks with cameras.
That's right. It's time for the main event, at least for us, the main event.
Yeah, this was our day, day 4, which was Tuesday, to fly.
Oh my gosh, and we sort of just randomly picked a day that we thought would be the best according to our schedule to fly, and man, I think we got the best day, and we'll tell you why.
Yeah.
You'll see why. I was a little nervous, but at this point we had gotten to know Tom and crew well enough to feel comfortable.
He had flown and come back in one piece several days in a row.
Yes. And remember we mentioned the Rainbow Riders and the tours and how the baskets hold approximately 10 people. Well, there were 3 of us in Tom's basket, and it was tight fit.
One thing that everybody looks at right away when they're looking at the basket is like, okay, we're in a picnic basket. It's just a bunch of wicker. How is that holding us up? We've got a big steel cable that runs here and goes all the way underneath the basket and comes up on the other side. So everything is supported by a big steel cable. And there's some other structural stuff with the basket. These are our burners, and we're burning propane just like what you put in your barbecue grill at home. We pull the liquid out of the bottom of the tanks. It will come up through the hoses here. I've got duplicated systems. Basically from here is all a whole separate system than on this side. So I've got redundancy. So if something happens to a tank or a hose or something with the burner, I've got a full other system on the other side. And that's also how we kind of manage our fuel consumption. I've got my iPad that I put for a map so I can see where I'm at. I can also see some of the sensitive areas that we don't want to fly to.
Before it was our turn to fly, we got a chance to chat with Tom on camera, which we hadn't really been able to do much of because it's very busy in the mornings getting ready.
Lots of stuff going on,
yeah. He told us about a summer kids camp for ballooning, which I thought was such a cool idea.
Sponsored through the Balloon Federation of America, and the one here in Albuquerque is put on by our local balloon club. We've had kids from all over the country, all over the world that have come here. I've had campers from Germany. I think there was a girl that came from Poland one year. This year with COVID, it was a little different. Typically, we'll have about 25 kids. We'll have 6 to 7 pilots. The kids come out on a Saturday and they stay through Thursday. We keep them busy the whole time.
Is there an age limit for this?
It goes 13 through 17.
Oh, okay.
Information about the camps, you can go to bfa.net. They get time on the burners. All the pilots are there are commercial pilots that are certified to teach. So the kids actually get real training that they can put in their logbook that counts towards their certificate.
Oh, really? That's
if they
awesome.
want to, go on and get a full balloon
That's gotta be
certificate.
their favorite part, right?
Yeah. Now we're hooking the envelope up, which is the balloon itself. Also got steel cables that are attached to the envelope, and we've got big heavy-duty carabiners that we're attaching. It's pretty solid stuff.
You gave us some briefing on the safety precautions. One of the big ones is when you go cold. If you don't know what going cold is, that's when they blow the fan in the balloon initially to blow it up. They don't just blow flame in there. But that fan is very dangerous. You don't want to go up to it with a scarf on and have your head yanked into the fan.
Right.
The most important thing, we want to keep folks away from the fan, as we said, nothing dangly. If your hair is tied back, you're fine. If your scarf is in your jacket, you're fine from that aspect. Don't step over ropes, either go around or go under, because if the rope comes under tension when you're walking over it, that's no fun. This is the only fabric that you can step on is black. If we're pulling on the balloon, pull on the load tapes, which are these here, versus pulling on the fabric. This is actually what holds us in the air, is the webbing. Don't step over the balloon. It's hard to do when it's this wide. Go around. There's a foothold here when you get in. You can grab onto the sides here. You can grab onto the bar, which will be over your head. Don't grab onto the burners. The rope is okay. When you're inside, we've got red handles. You can grab onto those if you need to for holding onto things. You can actually grab onto the collar around the tank. That's fine. Don't grab onto hoses. Don't grab onto the valves. This red rope, that's mine. Don't play with that. I don't think we're going to have high wind landing today. If we get to that, I'll give briefing on how we want to handle that aspect of it. And have fun.
And then it was time to go hot, and I climbed into the balloon. The nerves kind of kicked in, but it was more excitement. I was just pumped, but everything happened so fast after that. It was like, get in the balloon and get going.
Well, some of the days we've been there, they go hot, they stand the balloon up, they get in there, they go out to the length of their tether so that they can kind of get started and ready to go before the zebras blow the whistle and say go.
Well, and I think it depends on the zebras and what they want you to do and the people around you, and if they're going before you, and all these little factors come into play.
I'm going to clear your traffic. Please remember to climb and clear.
Yep.
Before you know it, we're in the air.
We were up. We were flying.
Thanks, guys. Oh my gosh. Woo! This is the coolest.
This is awesome.
up in the sky.
We have a few.
Oh,
See your RV from here.
There's
oh my gosh, our RV.
Yep, there's our RV right there.
Is this real? Oh my gosh.
We don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
You guys feel the wind in your face
Yeah,
there?
just
That
now.
means the wind changed. Something changed with the wind. We moved into a different layer.
Okay. So when you feel it change like that, then do you have to change what you're doing?
No,
or-
it's a good indicator to us.
Okay.
Sometimes we like to feel that. If we're coming in and it's speedy and all of a sudden we get wind in our face,
Okay.
we know we're going to slow down.
We're almost 1,000 feet above the field.
177 degrees is the air temperature at the top of the balloon.
You know what was really cool is we had really good box conditions that day, which meant we launched to the south, climbed, went back north, and then we were able to come back south. Now, coming back south,
Ha!
that was fun
Yeah.
because we got to do what's called a splash and dash.
Oh my gosh.
If you look over here, you can see the Rio Grande River.
Yeah.
And we might get to try this today, we'll see. Some people are getting down and playing in the river.
Oh,
Oh, really?
It's called a splash and dash.
Oh, I see sun down there. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. What do you think?
This is really cool.
Unbelievable. We can't thank you enough, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
This is amazing.
So we started heading south. As we pop up a little higher, we're going to cut back to the north.
Oh, okay.
We're now up to 7,000 feet, so we're about 2,000 feet above the field.
The Rio Grande goes through Albuquerque and it's very low right now, but he was like, I think that we can get into the river. And we're like, really? Okay. And
I didn't know how much of a splash the splash and dash included.
Well, we're making our way down towards the river, and he's like, sometimes we use the top of the trees to slow down. And again, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
It's true.
Sometimes we run into trees on purpose.
That's right.
in
That's right.
an aircraft.
Yep.
Oh, look at our shadow. See it?
Yeah.
That's our shadow,
That's
right?
ours, yep.
Okay.
It's moving right with us there. Feel the wind in our face right now.
Yes.
So that means we're probably going to slow down. We're doing 15 right now.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So as we get down a little lower into that, we should probably slow down a fair bit. Should be nice.
Wow.
This is neat.
This is so cool.
We're so close to people's yards and stuff.
Yeah.
This is so neat.
Wow.
So we're down to like 7 miles an hour now, which is
that
great.
better?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's much better for landing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we use trees as brakes to slow us down just a tiny bit.
For real?
Yeah. You don't want to hit the trunk.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are we gonna brush these trees?
Right, yeah.
Oh, so cool. You ready to get in the river?
Not all the way in the river.
Ah, this is the coolest. Tom, this is awesome. Oh my gosh. Watch out for that tree. Ow. That was my face.
Oh, this is cool.
Woo! Look at this water on the
I know.
ground. Oh my gosh. Woohoo! Our pilot's awesome. Wow, that's so cool. Thank
Nice
you.
job. Nice job.
Wow.
It was enough time to put a little bit of water in the bottom like that. Again, we are glad that we wore our waterproof shoes.
Are you looking for a spot to
I think we'll probably come in. Yeah.
Okay.
I could try and burn, get up and go further north, but it's a little slow going north. Burns a fair bit of fuel to get up there, and then the winds are a little slower.
Oh, okay.
We started heading to find a spot to land. We couldn't land back at the field because they were doing the competitions.
Yeah, Dream Chase, I'm going to probably find something here. I don't know where we'll find it, but something going south. I'm going to stay on the east side of the river.
We're on our way.
We're flying right above houses and businesses, and it's cool.
Horses and goats and dogs bark at
Dogs.
us like crazy.
Dogs do not like the balloons.
How do you find a place to land? And it's pretty much like you think it would be. You're like, oh, can we make that one? Nope.
We're in the city now, right? So you have to be aware of all of the phone lines and electric lines, cell towers, trees, buildings. You might see an open area and think it's great, but there's too much chaos around it to be able to land. And these things don't have steering wheels. Some balloons actually have some rotating
flaps they can open up in the balloon to turn the balloon this way.
Yeah, this balloon did not have that. His other one does, he said.
Lots of lines through here.
And I wasn't really even nervous, but if there was a part that was nerve-wracking to me, it would be this part. Just because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know where we were going to end up landing. We finally found the right field, and as we were headed down, the Dream On Chase crew wasn't there yet. They got stuck in traffic. Luckily, a crew that Tom is friends with, they were driving by, and you hear, "Hey, Tom, you need some help?"
Yeah.
We're like,
the balloons are quiet, so you can just yell to them from the ground.
Yeah.
Hey! Hey, good, Anthony!
Need some help?
Hey, come help us out, sure.
And so we were very fortunate that this crew was there because they're the ones that actually helped us when we got to the ground.
I think it's kind of universal. Landing any aircraft is the most difficult part. Fixed wing, rotor wing, the landing is the most difficult part and the most complicated. And that's true with balloons also.
And he even said, okay, so when we're getting ready to land, just make sure that you bend your knees and you don't have your arm wrapped around the outside.
Yeah, because you might fall on it.
You want to hold on and brace yourself, but you want to have your knees bent.
Gotcha.
Voila!
Nice!
Nice.
Found you a field.
Yeah!
Woo! Didn't know you had a new crew, did you?
Grab this one here and pull one of the. You start with that one.
Okay. Do it?
Pull it, yeah, squeeze. And now squeeze the next one over here.
Oh my goodness.
We cleared the propane out of the line. You see how that big circle at the top is coming down? And then we'll tell Mike in a second here when air starts coming out. So, we go, Mike.
Speaking of the crew that helped us out, the name of that balloon/crew is Cottywomple Ballooning. And the pilot, Mike, is friends with Tom. And Tom was telling us that Mike is the only or one of the only balloon tour companies in that area that has a basket that will allow for wheelchairs.
That's really cool.
That's so awesome. We are so happy that we can share something like that with you guys. We will have contact information for Cottywomple Ballooning in the description below. So if you want to reach out to them, you will have their information. And we want to thank that crew for being there and helping us out. Dream On crew was right behind them. They just got caught in a little bit of traffic on the way.
The lady who owns the lot came out and just told us how awesome it was that we landed there. We're welcome to land there anytime.
What a sweet, sweet lady. And then we rode back to the field, and actually we weren't done with our first ballooning experience. They told us when we landed that we were going to go back to the field for a little initiation. And I was like, oh.
A little ceremony.
It was very special to me. It was really cool. It's a tradition, and it's a pilot's prayer, and this whole song and dance. Let's just show you. I don't know what they have in store for us.
Apparently there's some balloon virgin sacrifice that's going to happen or something.
Yeah, it's like top secret, but they're all really giddy about it. So
People are coming in to watch from other areas.
yeah,
They're selling tickets at the gate up there.
I don't know.
I'm going to open the bottle first. I do a method, a French method, and All right.
He caught it!
This morning you flew without wings, so now you will drink without hands.
I knew it was gonna be something like that.
That's what we've got. All right. The winds have welcomed you with softness. The sun has blessed you with its warm hands. You have flown so high and so well that God has joined you in your laughter and sent me gently back to the loving arms of Mother Earth and your crew.
I love it.
No way, somebody.
You got it, you got it, you got it!
Got it.
Don't spill any. Don't spill.
They've done it a time or two.
All right.
Good job. High five, baby.
All right.
Thank you.
We can't thank all of you enough. I mean, our experience was made fantastic because of all of you. So thank you so much. I mean, this is memories that we will never forget. Oh my gosh, we're venturing out of the campground / parking lot. For the first time, to actually do something for the first time in
We played
7 or 8 days.
Plenty of runs to get Amazon packages.
And Chipotle.
Chipotle twice.
We are heading to a restaurant called El Pinto, and this was a place that our friends Rusty and Mary Jo have recommended, and they said we've got to go there. And I guess this is like an Albuquerque tradition, and it's only a couple miles from where we have the RV, so that's fantastic.
Pretty entrance.
It is pretty.
Even prettier now.
Oh, even then I'm in a t-shirt and I haven't showered in 3 days because we're dry camping.
Yeah. And you look even prettier with the armored vehicle behind you.
That's right. The next day was our day to be on the crew.
Yeah.
So
We're
another
gonna do a
bright and
chase.
early day.
It's Wednesday?
Yes. I had to
It's
think
all-
about it. I have had no clue what day is what.
It's all
Lately.
a blur. It's raining a little bit, as you might
Yeah.
tell by the outfit.
I don't know if it's going to happen, so stay.
We're on hold.
Yes.
We got to learn a little bit more about setting up the balloon.
I built a rocket in my basement. I'm gonna fly it to the moon. This supersonic is amazing. You're gonna feel my sonic boom. I'm flying higher and I'm never coming down. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me. We brought the funk into this function. Yeah. We show up dressing to the nines. Okay. Never need an intro.
It's on.
We have a green flag or a green light or something's green.
It's green flag.
At the top of the balloon, it's just a big open hole, and then they have this parachute piece that comes up and they attach it with Velcro while they inflate the balloon, but then they pull the Velcro so that it's just hot air holding it. And that's what they pull down to let more hot air out to kind of go up and down.
You skiing?
Skiing.
I was there for a while, but I ended up having to come home because at this point,
She was just spent.
and I knew that I needed to go lay down. So that's what I did. You went on and did the crew stuff.
This is a balloon of a friend of Tom's who his whole crew stayed home because it was raining. So we're helping get them up in the air.
Oh, I'm flying higher and I'm never coming down.
Tom landed well before you guys got there because it
Yeah.
was a shorter flight than they had anticipated.
So I did get to help catch some other balloons, which
Yeah.
was kind of cool.
Right.
It's just the whole process, the whole community, the whole thing was just so neat.
That day after you rested up from crewing, we decided let's go do a little bit of exploring of Albuquerque because there were a few things that we wanted to do. One thing that we really wanted to do that was just not available for us was the Breaking Bad RV tour.
Yeah, where you actually go around in a junky old RV like they cooked in,
Yeah.
if you watch the show, to see all the sights.
Because they didn't have any tours available, we decided to do our own. I was able to find some of the addresses for some of the better known stuff like Jesse's house,
Car
the White
wash.
Residence, Car Wash, and Los Pollos Hermanos.
Oh, yeah.
We drove to each one of those locations just to see it because we're dorks. And we drove around. Tom had told us about a place called Rebel Donut. And they have a special Breaking Bad donut.
It has like blue candy on
the
it. It looks
top
like
and
blue
stuff.
meth. Yeah.
That donut wasn't that great, but the other donuts that we
Yeah.
had, oh my gosh, the French toast one and the gluten-free one were outstanding.
Are we gonna do Lady in the Tramp style?
Yeah, we're gonna Lady and Tramp it.
You gotta take your hat off of it.
You gotta take your hat off.
Oh. Okay. I forgot I had a hat on.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Crunchy. Really don't need to be eating this, but I don't think we're fans of the meth part of this donut.
I just took it off.
We're having a day of fun.
Donuts. Breaking Bad.
Drove by the White Residence, sort of, but I think that the owners of that house expected a lot of people driving by, so the city of Albuquerque had it blocked off and do not enter into this street. We could see it from afar. We didn't go down right by it.
No, we got close though.
We got
what's
close.
a Breaking Bad tour if you don't break bad a little?
A little bit. If you've been to Albuquerque, you know the Sandia Mountains that you can see when you're down on the field. There is the Sandia Peak tram, which is basically an enclosed gondola type of thing that takes you to the top of the ski area. But you can just ride the tram up and explore. There's a restaurant and hikes and stuff up there. You can also just drive up there. The tram is $29 a person, and during Fiesta it can get really, really busy and really backed up, so we didn't want to deal with any of that.
Yeah, you buy tickets online, but it's a 2-hour window ticket.
So we thought, well, let's just take the truck. We have been told, and we can now attest to the fact that this would be a gorgeous motorcycle ride.
Oh yeah. And if you're looking to navigate there, it's called Sandia Crest.
But it was gorgeous, lots of switchbacks. As we climbed up, the leaves were changing and becoming bright yellow. And when we got to the top, it was 27 degrees colder. It was freezing, so make sure you have layers if you plan on going up there. You can also hike from this parking lot if you wanted to. That would be a pretty cool hike.
Pass is honored here. Interagency annual pass. That's us, right? Isn't that us? We have that, right?
I think so.
We didn't stay up there for very long because it was freezing. It was super windy, but man, that view.
Look at those mountains right. Look at the mountains right there, babe.
Wow.
Holy moly. That's amazing. It's so cold. It's so cold. It was 74 down below.
Right there is the Balloon Fiesta field, and our RV is right there.
Good point that you made. How awesome would it be to be up here bright and early in the morning and see all the balloons?
The mass ascension would be amazing
Wow. That would be really, really, really cool.
We had one more full day left at the Fiesta, and this was a day that I was excited for, and it's the Special Shapes Day. And it
Yeah.
is exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah, they just have special shaped balloons.
Waking up, city lights in the dark, shine upon me. Give me up with your love. Flow. Inside, outside, running wild, come and show me. Give me up with your love.
All kinds of
Yoda.
animal shapes and just,
Ginormous cow.
it was really, really fun. Now this, as you can imagine, is a very popular day, and maybe the most popular day, and especially for families with kids. It was busy.
That day was much busier on the field.
Yeah. It was really, really neat to see all these special shaped balloons. We were also working our way to the south lot because we had plans to get together with a group of other RV YouTubers to take a photo. So we had to make our way across the field, which we wanted to see the balloons anyhow, but we were sort of on a mission at the same time. The Special Shape Rodeo started in 1989 and has now become the most popular event of the Fiesta. And I can see why, because of the families and the kids and stuff.
And that was very evident by the crowds on the field.
Yeah.
But at least we got to see all the balloons as we walked across.
Yeah.
Some of them landed in the graveyard, which I don't know how I feel about. I think I might fly over that and find another spot.
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know. We unfortunately didn't get to have as much time hanging out with the other YouTubers.
We were all busy doing stuff.
Yeah, everybody was so slammed. You know, we hang out with Phil and Stacy all the time, but we would like to get to know the others a little bit more.
And that night was also Special Shape's Glow. So this is our first time sitting down at the Balloon Fiesta. We're done filming, except for this. Mr. Potato Head, who has been turned into a beaver. It's Mr. Beaverhead. But that was really neat.
It was also really busy. But then we had to say goodbye to everybody. It was sad.
The next morning, we were packing up to head out. The cool thing about our last morning there was the wind shifted and all the balloons were flying over us.
I know! What a way to hitch up and to say goodbye to the Balloon Fiesta. It was the coolest thing. We had such a fabulous time.
Amazing time.
At the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, and what really made it fabulous was Tom and Janelle and all the crew. Thank you guys so much. We feel like we've made new friends and we can't wait to meet up with you guys on the road in our RVs.
Bring your balloon.
Hey, if you want to bring your balloon, we can crew.
BYOB?
BYOB.